we going?
Yep, you're good.
Charity, today we're going to learn about something called the hero's journey. Now, have you ever heard of the hero's journey? No? Okay, that's awesome. Because I have something to talk to you about. It wouldn't be very fun if I didn't have anything to teach you. So the hero's journey is right here. It's kind of like all the steps that most stories with heroes involves. And for a long time, all the stories kind of followed it, but they didn't really know, like, they weren't doing it on purpose. It's just naturally happened. And then about 60 years ago, this guy named John, he wrote this book, and he said, you know what? I see all these books from hundreds of years ago. They kind of follow the same pattern, so I'm going to stick it all together. And this is the pattern right here. So we're going to learn kind of this little pattern. And it starts out with like normal life. Like, what's your favorite Disney story? Besides Pinocchio, because obviously that's the coolest.
Those overalls, like
Like Cinderella.
I like Pocahontas.
Pocahontas?
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So, like, we got the normal life, like, Pocahontas. Like, there's something called a call to adventure. That would be like when something different happens, when something changes. What would that be for Pocahontas? That would be,
She had to go. It was like when she had to go.
My
for-
Barbie's hungry. She wants
yeah,
pizza.
like that's a big call to adventure when she had to go away. A lot of these old stories have magical help. Like Pocahontas had that tree. It's like the spirit in the tree is her mother. A lot of them have helpers or mentors. Pocahontas has that hummingbird. What's the hummingbird's name? I can't remember either. I'm sorry. They have challenges, things that challenge them, but the helpers help them out. And they go to the abyss, and then the helpers and the different people help them come out. And at the very end of the story, things are almost always a lot better than where they were at the beginning. Like everyone's happy, they live happily ever after kind of thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read Pinocchio, and we're each gonna like take turns reading. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of write down all the points of this journey. in the book. Does that make sense?
Pizza's ready.
Do you have any questions, comments, concerns,
We got
compliments, or
mushroom
complaints?
sausage pizza before church.
Awesome. Okay, let's sit side by side.
Hot.
So we can just easily pass it down. I'm going to give this to you,
And I'll bring you some pizza.
and I'm going to give you
What's your, I can't-
the
what's your
pen.
Barbie's name?
Okay, so starting out, what is normal life like for at the very beginning of the book?
Teresa, hurry,
Do you
sit
know?
down.
Have you
I've
seen
got
the
pizza.
story Pinocchio?
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna read this, and we're gonna look for like how normal life is before the story starts.
Teresa and Tanya.
Makes sense. All right. Can you read the first page, please?
One night, long, long ago, the evening star shone down across the dark sky. Its beams formed a shimmering pathway to a tiny village whose humble little home lay deep in sleep. Only one house still had a light burning in the window, and that was at the workshop of
Geppetto.
Here's your
Geppetto,
plate.
the kindly old wood carver. Geppetto had stayed up to finish a merry-faced little puppet he was carving. Now he held up the puppet.
Teresa, here's some pizza. Where's your plate? I
He
can't
held the
get both.
puppet
You wanna
up.
go get your
Look,
plate?
Figaro.
Figaro. Look, Cleo, he said with a chuckle, isn't
All right, here's some
Pinocchio
pizza,
almost like a
Teresa.
real boy?
All right.
Pizza.
We've got this old guy, Geppetto. He's kind of alone. He's got his pet cat and his pet
Okay,
fish.
want some?
But like,
Where's your Barbie?
what's kind of the normal life for him like?
All of them?
He just makes
Oh, It
toys,
was up on anyway.
puppets.
This is just making
Mhm.
pizza.
So can you write that down under
All
the
right.
normal
You like
life?
my pizza?
I like my pizza.
Your handwriting is so much better than mine.
Teresa ready to go to church now? No? What should she do now?
Right. Awesome. So I'm gonna read the next page, and we're gonna look for like the call to adventure. What kind of changes in their life? Okay. So he asks the Figaro and Cleo, doesn't he look like a real boy? The only answer was a snore. Figaro had his soft kitten
I want
nose
to go to
folded
the,
in his paws,
church. Can
and
I go to
Cleo
the
lay
church?
sleeping in her fishbowl.
What do I need to do?
Sleepyheads,
Oh, I've got cutoffs.
the old
You got
carver
any
sighed,
clothes in there?
climbing into bed. He mumbled, "I wish you were a real boy, Pinocchio." Somebody overheard Geppetto's wish.
Lisa, I need some
And
help
that was
picking up Sunday
Jiminy
clothes. Will you
Cricket.
come and help me pick up some
All
Sunday clothes
evening,
for church?
Jiminy had sat
Need all those
hidden
clothes?
behind
Will you hand
the
it to me
hearth.
so I can get
He had
dressed?
seen how kind and gentle
All right,
the
now
woodcarver
what's this?
was, and he felt sorry
Like
for
that?
him because
That
he
looks
knew
like
the
a
lonely
window.
old man's wish could never come true.
All right,
Suddenly,
I'm gonna hurry
a
to get
shimmering
dressed.
light
Where you
filled the
gonna go? Are you
room.
going to church or
Jiminy
you going
gasped.
someplace else?
Gasped. Out of the light
You're
stepped
gonna
a
be a
beautiful
princess.
lady
What
dressed
about
in
you,
shining
Tanya?
blue. She raised her wand and said, "Wake, Pinocchio, skip and run. Good Geppetto needs a son." All right. So who comes into the story now, and what does she want?
Jiminy Cricket,
Yeah. So Jiminy Cricket's in the story. Who else comes into the story?
Pinocchio,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And who brings Pinocchio? Like, the fairy brings Pinocchio to life, right? And so the call. What do you think would be like the main thing that changes?
Pinocchio comes to life.
Exactly. So can you write that down? Right there. Perfect. Pinocchio's kind of hard to spell. It's right
Tanya,
here.
I need your help. Can you give me up?
Pinoccchio.
This one? I can't reach back there with my plastic arms.
I think your hips are a little bit too big.
Oh, now that's not a very nice thing to say.
Can I help you with that?
Perfect. And we've got magic help, right? That is from.
Okay, so if you put both arms up, then put
It's
both
from
arms
Jiminy
up.
calls. He wishes that
Just
he could
like
come
dressing
true,
you.
but who actually makes it happen?
You.
Jiminy Cricket,
Put your arms
Jiminy
on.
Cricket
or the
and the fairy.
fairy.
Yeah,
Just keep working at it.
a
You'll get it.
beautiful lady.
Oh,
But
one
we
hand
think
in.
I think she's a fairy. I don't know. You can write whatever you want. You think that she is.
Oh, I need to pick up. Can I wear the yellow skirt?
You need a good pair of pumps too.
Where are my pumps? That's okay.
All
Cindy's
right.
all that.
And now
Thank
we've got
you,
one more
Tanya.
thing. We've got a lot happening on this page. And who like so another thing that a lot of heroes have is kind of like a helper,
Oh, you want to help me get
someone
yours
who's
done?
always there by their side.
That's a nice situation.
Oh, and actually, we're going to learn about it here on this page. So, can you read this page and look for who is called to be the helper?
Pinocchio blinked his eyes and raised his wooden arms. "I can move," he cried. I'm a real boy." "No," the blue fairy said sadly. "You have life, but to become a real boy, you must prove yourself brave, truthful, and unselfish." "But how can I do that?" asked Pinocchio, discouraged. "You'll have a conscience to help you." Looking around, the blue fairy beckoned Jiminy out of his hiding place. "Sir Jiminy Cricket," she said, "I dub you Lord High Keeper of Pinocchio's conscience."
All right, awesome. So, what is. Do you know what a conscience is?
Cindy,
It's
you think
like
Cindy's ready for
you're a
church?
helper.
Is she dressed?
Exactly.
modestly
It's kind of
for
what's
church?
inside
Does
you
she
that
need
tells you
some
what's
other
right and
outfit
wrong.
on? Look at my
So
part.
that's what
Does she
Jiminy
need something
Cricket
else
was
on
called to
ready
be.
for church? What does she need?
So let's write that
You wanna
down.
give me what she should wear?
And you got this.
Do you wear pants to church or do you wear something else?
I think this is too short. Can I wear this one?
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. This is
So
awesome.
now we're